The Whispering Woods. There was a place deep in the forest that people called the Whispering Woods. It was said that the trees in that area were ancient and that they held the secrets of the forest within their roots. No one knew exactly what those secrets were, but those who ventured into the Whispering Woods often felt a sense of unease that they couldn't explain. One day, a group of teenagers decided to explore the Whispering Woods. They were bored with their usual haunts and wanted to try something different. They had heard the stories about the forest, but they didn't believe in ghost stories. They thought it would be fun to scare themselves a little bit. As they walked deeper into the woods, they noticed that the air grew thick with mist. The trees loomed overhead, blocking out the sun and casting eerie shadows on the ground. The ground itself felt spongy and damp under their feet. The teenagers joked and laughed as they made their way through the forest, but they soon noticed that the trees were growing closer together, and the path they were following was becoming harder to see. It was as though the forest was trying to trap them within its twisted branches. As the group began to feel a sense of unease, they heard a strange sound. It was a low, guttural growl that seemed to be coming from all around them. They stopped in their tracks, wondering if it was some kind of animal. That's when they saw it. In the distance, there was a figure moving towards them. It was hunched over, and its limbs seemed to be elongated and twisted. Its skin was a sickly gray color, and its eyes glowed like hot coals in the dark. The teenagers froze, unsure of what to do. As the figure approached, they could hear a faint whispering sound. It was as though the forest itself was speaking to them, warning them to leave. But it was too late. The figure was upon them, and it lashed out with its twisted limbs. The teenagers screamed and ran, but the forest seemed to have a life of its own. The trees grew roots that twisted around their ankles, tripping them and holding them back. The figure continued to pursue them, whispering all the while. Its words were jumbled and twisted, but they sounded like a warning. It seemed to be telling them that they had disturbed something that should have been left alone. The teenagers ran as fast as they could, but it was no use. The figure was always right behind them, whispering and growling. They were trapped in the